All right, haves and have not fans. Hope everybody's doing well. I think it's safe to say we know where the drive-by is going to go down, and it's going to go down at Hannah's house. So, kind of like if you're a Spider-Man fan or read Marvel comics, there was a quote-unquote mini-series called The Death of the Stacys, where it's like, Gwen Stacy and her father both died in the comics, and that was pretty intense. So I feel like to an extent this is almost like the death of the Young family. But before going further in the video, please take a moment to hit like and subscribe. Hit the bell icon and select all. That way you don't miss out whenever I post content on the channel. And follow me on social media. Links are in the description below. I want to try to not have like 50 videos up by next week, because I was thinking like, damn, there's so much to put in this one video if I wanted to, from the setup for the drive-by and what happens when Candace goes to the Malone bar, which we know is going to happen. I'll do a separate video about Charles and the pregnancy thing, but I mean, I could really squeeze this into one, so I hope this video gets a lot of traction. So make sure you thumbs up and comment your thoughts so this video works well in the magic algorithm of YouTube. So in the preview, we got Vinny. We're going to be at the Malone bar, and it looks like Sandy and Mitch are talking. They're both kind of banged up in the face, Mitch for his punishment, Sandy from Vinny, and Vinny shouting, "Go handle him, go take him out." And I think he's referencing, Vinny. So the fact that Sandy shows up, we know for a fact Vinny isn't dead. So I think Sandy shows up and Vinny chews him out because he said, "Hey, I said not to come back until the black kid was dead." So I'm wondering if, maybe he looks for Vinny but he can't find him. But then it's like, well, hey, his mom stays here, so it's possible that he could be here. We don't know, because at the moment they're staying at that hotel. Vinny got the house, but he's not in the house yet. So based on the preview, because Mitch is like, "Come on, Vinny," we do see a shootout go down at Hannah's house. So keep in mind a couple things. We don't know what's going on at this point. Let's say maybe Jim had paid or arranged for Candace and Vinny to be killed, and he's got the $100,000 from David. I know it's $200,000, but he initially asked for $100,000, which could be a callback to Candace doing the same thing to Jim at the beginning of season 1. But the $50,000 for Celine and $50,000 for himself because he has no money, and then he asked for an extra $100,000 to pay the Malones to kill the Youngs. So could this drive-by be a result of the payment, or could this drive-by be the result of, screw it, Sandy, you can't do it, I'll handle it myself? So the drive-by goes down, but I think it happens when Hanna is alone and Vinny and Candace are still at the hotel, because we know Candace is going through the motions of her bad dream nightmare with Oscar and who knows how many other characters. And then we know Vinny was still at Rihanna's place, but we know that Vinny is going back to the hotel based on the fact that he's looking out the window, and him and Candace both rush out of the hotel room. So I'm guessing the drive-by goes down when Hannah's alone. And this is after Hanna was outside meeting with that young woman with the baby. That was his own separate video. I already recorded that one. And, Hannah's going to be shaken by the events of this, because this goes back to what she's been warning her kids about the entire time. If you keep that money, these people are going to come looking for it, leading to a lot of trouble. And she kicked them out of the house like, "Look, you're not staying under this roof because you're not bringing all that consequences down on me." And unfortunately, it's landed at her front door. And like I mentioned in that baby video, I'm like, I don't know if this is somebody from Vinny's past. I don't know if it's like a news reporter or somebody working for the media to kind of trigger Hanna emotionally. It's like, "Hey, your daughter you kicked out and then you lost your grandson. Hey, I'm a young black female with a baby." Because first it's seeing a baby, and then not too long after, it's going to be another shootout as a result of the actions of her children, which would really trigger some PTSD from, her holding Quincy Jr. in the bathroom, and then there was a gang shootout. So I'm guessing Vinny and Candace get word of this, and then they rush home because of the initial trailer for the final episodes. They're back at home checking on Hanna, and then they're wearing the same outfits. Candace has that jacket on, the one that she's going to grab, and it's the same one that she tells Vinny, "Hey, you stay here, I'll take care of this," because Candace goes down to the bar, and then that's when we see her being grabbed, and then we see Mitch being pulled back. So I don't think Mitch is going to get killed. I feel like Mitch is going to be restrained because they know Mitch will try to interfere. So Candace is probably going to be taken away and killed as a result of the hit that Jim put on her. So from there, I'm thinking that either Candace will get saved, because remember, allegedly, as Landon said, we're always watching you. So you could argue that Secret Service is going to step in and save her. I mean, you could argue that, well, maybe Charles, he said he was moving to DC, but it's like, you know what? I'll make a pit stop and get Candace because, you know, she's pregnant. We need to talk face to face. I know I said a few days, but we need to go ahead and get this done. But there's that, or it could be like, well, she's pregnant. Let her get killed off. It'll save me the trouble. So there's that. So I'm guessing this drive-by is a Malone orchestrated event, and it's not going to be at Davis' house. That's where people thought it would be, and that's how Wyatt dies. It's not going to be at Rihanna's house where I initially thought it would be, because Sandy was sent to do it alone. But this is definitely Hannah's house. Some people predicted it, so give yourselves a pat on the back. But let me know what you think happens, because the Malones, they were built up to be, when they were first introduced, they were scary and intimidating as hell, but now they're just as incompetent as the police and nursing staff in the series, and that's sad. But thanks so much for tuning in, guys. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. And with that being said, do you think the Malones will successfully kill off the Young family, specifically Vinny and Candace? And I will talk to you all in the final, well, actually, sorry, the next video. I'm sorry, jumping ahead of myself. So donate on PayPal or Cash App if you would like. $100,000. That would be nice. And I'll talk to you all later.